Protein powder promises strength, muscle, and protection as you age. But what if that tub in your cupboard hides heavy metals, undisclosed fillers, and chemicals that spike your blood pressure? For seniors, these dangers are no joke. Today we expose 9 UK protein brands you must avoid, and the 2 that are actually safe. Coming in at number 9, we have Grenade Carb Killa Protein Shake. This brand markets itself as a tasty, convenient protein hit. The bold packaging screams fitness and power. You see athletes on the labels, promises of low carbs, high protein, and maximum gains. Walk into any supermarket or gym, and Grenade products are right there at eye level. The branding is aggressive, the colours are vibrant, and everything about it tells you this is the choice for serious people who care about their bodies. But here is what they do not tell you. Grenade products have faced repeated criticism for their sweetener content. Many of their shakes and powders contain sucralose and acetylphane potassium in quantities that consumer watchdogs have flagged as excessive. For seniors, especially those managing blood sugar or taking diabetes medications, these artificial sweeteners can cause unexpected spikes and crashes. Your doctor tells you to watch your sugar, so you reach for something sugar-free, only to find your body reacting in ways you cannot explain. The NHS advises diabetic patients to be cautious with sugar alternatives, and yet brands like Grenade pile them in without clear warnings about the cumulative effect. But it gets worse. Independent lab tests in the UK have found that some Grenade protein products contain higher sodium levels than advertised on the label. We are not talking about minor discrepancies. Some batches showed sodium content up to 15% higher than what was printed on the packaging. For anyone watching their blood pressure, and according to the British Heart Foundation, that includes over 14 million people in the UK. This is a silent threat. You think you are being careful, you think you are making the healthy choice, but the numbers on the tin do not always match the numbers in the powder. And for those on heart medications or blood pressure tablets, this hidden sodium could be quietly undoing the work of your prescriptions. There is also the texture issue. Consumer reviews frequently mention a gritty, chalky residue that does not dissolve properly, even in milk. Some batches have a chemical aftertaste that lingers for hours, coating the back of your throat with something that does not taste like food. If you have ever opened a tub and caught a whiff of something off, sharp, almost metallic, that is your first warning sign. That smell is not supposed to be there. Real protein, whether from whey or plants, should smell clean and neutral. The promise was simple: convenient protein, no guilt. The reality is hidden sodium, questionable sweeteners, and inconsistent quality from batch to batch. For seniors trying to protect their hearts and kidneys, Grenade is a gamble not worth taking. At number 8, we have Bulk Powder's Pure Whey Protein. Bulk Powders built its reputation on being the affordable, no-nonsense options for fitness enthusiasts. The website is sleek. The prices are remarkably low. The protein content per scoop looks impressive on paper. For years, budget-conscious shoppers turned to this brand believing they had found the secret: premium results without the premium price tag. But when you dig deeper, the cracks start to show. In 2021, Bulk Powders was acquired and rebranded as Bulk.com. Since then, consumer complaints have surged dramatically. Longtime customers report that the formula has changed. What once mixed smoothly now clumps into thick, unpleasant lumps that refuse to dissolve no matter how hard you shake. The taste has shifted too, with many describing a bitter, artificial edge that was not there before. Some loyal users who had purchased from the brand for years say the product is now unrecognizable. That is not the kind of change you want from something you put in your body every day. But taste is the least of your worries. Third-party testing has revealed inconsistencies in protein content. What the label claims and what the powder delivers are not always the same. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that nearly 30% of protein supplements tested in the UK contained less protein than advertised. Bulk Powders has been named in consumer forums as one of the repeat offenders. When you pay for 25 grams of protein per scoop, you expect to get 25 grams. Not 20, not 18, the exact amount you paid for. For seniors, this is not just about getting your money's worth. If you are relying on protein powder to maintain muscle mass, protect your bones, or recover from surgery, you need to know that every scoop is delivering what it promises. Underdosed protein means underdosed results, and at our age, we cannot afford to fall behind. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass, affects millions of older adults in the UK. The NHS recommends adequate protein intake as a key defense. When your protein powder lies to you about what it contains, your muscles suffer the consequences. There are also concerns about heavy metal contamination. Independent audits have detected trace levels of lead and cadmium in certain batches of whey protein from budget brands. Bulk powders has not been immune to these findings. Heavy metals accumulate in the body over time. They do not flush out easily. For seniors with compromised kidney function, even small amounts can accelerate damage that was already progressing. Your kidneys are already working hard. They do not need the extra burden. You were told this was the smart, affordable choice. But when the protein is underdosed and the metals are hiding in plain sight, the real cost is your health. Most people never learn how to spot the safe brands, but we will break it down at the end of the video. Stick around. Now at number 7, Huel Complete Protein. Huel has positioned itself as the future of nutrition. The branding is minimalist, all clean lines and neutral colors. The messaging is confident, bordering on arrogant. The promise is total convenience. Just scoop, shake, and drink your way to health. No cooking, no meal planning, no effort. For busy seniors or those living alone, this pitch hits hard. But for seniors, the reality is far more complicated than the marketing suggests. Huel Complete Protein contains a proprietary blend of pea protein, brown rice protein, and a host of added vitamins and minerals. On the surface, this sounds ideal, everything you need in one scoop. But proprietary blends are a red flag in the supplement industry. When a company hides behind the word proprietary, it means they do not have to disclose exactly how much of each ingredient is in the mix. You are trusting them blindly. You have no idea if you are getting adequate amounts of each component or just trace amounts padded with cheap fillers. Consumer complaints have piled up about digestive distress. Bloating, gas, and stomach cramps are mentioned repeatedly in reviews across multiple platforms. Some users report spending hours in discomfort after a single shake. For seniors with sensitive digestive systems or those taking medications that affect gut motility, these symptoms are not just uncomfortable, they can interfere with nutrient absorption and medication effectiveness. Your other pills need to work properly. A protein powder that disrupts your digestion can throw your entire medication regimen off balance. There is also the issue of potassium. Huel products are fortified with potassium, which sounds beneficial until you consider that many seniors take blood pressure medications that already affect potassium levels. Too much potassium can cause dangerous heart arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats that can lead to serious cardiac events. If you are on ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, adding a high potassium protein powder to your diet without medical advice is playing with fire. The interaction between your medication and a simple protein shake could land you in hospital. The taste has also been criticized relentlessly. Words like cardboard, chalky, and artificial appear in review after review. Some users describe a gritty texture that coats the mouth and throat, leaving a residue that no amount of water can wash away. The sensation lingers long after you finish drinking, a constant reminder that what you just consumed was not quite right. Huel promises complete nutrition in a convenient package. But when the blend is hidden, the digestive effects are unpredictable, and the potassium content could interact with your medications. This is not convenience. It is risk disguised as innovation. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free, and it means you will never miss these exposures. Number 6 is MyProtein Impact Whey. MyProtein is everywhere. It is the best-selling sports nutrition brand in the UK, with millions of customers and endless flavor options. The prices are unbeatable, and the marketing is relentless. Every fitness influencer seems to have a discount code. Every gym bag seems to contain a MyProtein shaker. But popularity does not equal safety. And for seniors, MyProtein carries risks that the glossy advertisements never mention. In 2020, MyProtein faced a major scandal when customers across the UK received products infested with insects. Social media exploded with photos of beetles, larvae, and unidentified bugs crawling out of freshly opened tubs. The images were stomach-turning. Customers who had just paid for what they thought was a premium product found themselves staring at creatures wriggling through their powder. The company blamed a supplier issue and offered refunds, but the damage was done. If quality control can fail this catastrophically once, how many smaller failures go unnoticed? How many tubs are shipped with contaminants that customers cannot see? Beyond the contamination scandal, independent testing has raised concerns about heavy metal content. A 2022 investigation by the Clean Label Project found that many popular protein powders, including samples from MyProtein, contain detectable levels of lead, arsenic, and mercury. These are not harmless trace elements, they are toxic substances that the human body struggles to eliminate. For seniors with kidney disease or compromised liver function, these toxins are not filtered out efficiently. They build up, they accumulate in your organs, and over time they cause damage that cannot be undone. There is also the sweetener issue. MyProtein relies heavily on sucralose and steviol glycosides to achieve its signature sweetness. While these are generally recognized as safe in isolation, emerging research suggests that artificial sweeteners may disrupt gut microbiome balance. For seniors already dealing with digestive issues or taking antibiotics, this disruption can worsen symptoms and reduce nutrient absorption. Your gut bacteria play a crucial role in your overall health. When a protein powder throws that balance off, the consequences ripple through your entire system. The texture complaints are consistent too. Many users report a slimy, almost mucus-like consistency when mixed with water. Others describe a synthetic aftertaste that lingers for hours, coating the tongue with an unpleasant film that refuses to fade even after brushing your teeth. You chose MyProtein because it was affordable and popular. But when the quality control fails, the heavy metals hide, and the texture makes you gag. The bargain is not worth the risk. Why do you think billion-pound supplement companies keep having contamination scandals, yet their products stay on every shelf? Drop your thoughts below. Coming in at number 5, Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey. This is the one that surprises people. Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Whey is often called the industry benchmark. It has won awards year after year, earned endorsements from professional athletes, and dominated the market for decades. When people think of reliable protein powder, this is usually the first name that comes to mind. But even gold standards can tarnish, and the closer you look, the more the shine fades. The first issue is the protein spiking controversy. Protein spiking, also called amino spiking, is a deceptive practice where manufacturers add cheap amino acids like glycine or taurine to boost the nitrogen content of their powder. Standard protein tests measure nitrogen, so these fillers make the protein content appear higher than it actually is. The label says 24 grams of protein. The test shows 24 grams of nitrogen. But a significant portion of that nitrogen is coming from cheap amino acids, not complete protein. While Optimum Nutrition denies engaging in this practice, independent tests have shown discrepancies between claimed and actual protein content in certain batches. When a company with this much market dominance cannot consistently deliver for what the label promises, trust erodes quickly. For seniors relying on protein to maintain muscle mass and prevent sarcopenia, this is a serious betrayal. You are paying for 24 grams of protein per scoop. You are getting something less. Your muscles do not lie. They need the real thing. They need complete protein with all the essential amino acids in the right proportions. When that protein is diluted with cheap fillers, your body cannot build and repair muscle the way it should. There are also concerns about ingredient sourcing. Optimum Nutrition sources whey from multiple global suppliers, and the consistency of that supply chain has been questioned in industry reports. When raw materials come from different farms, different countries, and different processing facilities, quality can vary wildly from batch to batch. One tub might be excellent, the next might be substandard. You have no way of knowing until you have already consumed it. The taste has also shifted over the years. Longtime users report that the flavors they loved a decade ago now taste artificial, overly sweet, or chemically altered. Some describe a sour undertone, especially in chocolate varieties, that was never there before. The formula has clearly changed, but the company rarely acknowledges these shifts publicly. And then there is the sodium content. A single serving of Gold Standard Whey contains around 130 milligrams of sodium. For seniors managing hypertension, this adds up quickly, especially if you are using protein powder daily. Your doctor warned you about hidden salt. This is where it hides. It accumulates silently, working against your medication and straining your cardiovascular system. The gold standard was supposed to mean trust, but when the protein may be spiked, the sourcing is inconsistent, and the sodium creeps up with every scoop. The shine fades fast. At number 4, PhD Nutrition Diet Whey. But what are HD Nutrition markets? Diet whey as the perfect solution for weight management. The label promises high protein, low fat, and added ingredients to support metabolism. For seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight while preserving muscle mass. This sounds ideal. The marketing speaks directly to people who want to slim down without sacrificing strength, but the details tell a different story. Diet whey contains L-carnitine and green tea extract, both marketed as fat-burning aids. The packaging highlights these ingredients as if they are magic bullets for weight loss. But the doses are often too low to have any measurable effect, serving as little more than marketing buzzwords designed to justify a higher price tag. What these ingredients can do, however, is interact with medications. L-carnitine has been linked to increased TMAO production in the gut, a compound that multiple studies have associated with cardiovascular disease. For seniors with existing heart conditions, this is not a risk worth taking. Your heart is already working hard. Adding a compound that may accelerate arterial damage is reckless. The green tea extract is another concern. While green tea in moderation is generally safe and even beneficial, concentrated extracts have been associated with liver toxicity in some individuals. The European Food Safety Authority has specifically flagged high-dose green tea supplements as potentially harmful. They issued a formal warning about the risks. For seniors with compromised liver function or those taking medications metabolized by the liver, this is a hidden danger lurking in what appears to be a harmless weight management product. Consumer reviews frequently mention digestive discomfort. Bloating, cramping, and irregular bowel movements are common complaints across multiple review platforms. Some users describe a thick, gloopy texture that refuses to mix properly, leaving chalky residue at the bottom of the shaker no matter how long you blend. That residue is not just unpleasant, it represents inconsistent dosing. You never know if the powder you are drinking contains the full amount of protein advertised. The taste has also been criticized as synthetic and overpowering. Flavors like Belgian chocolate and strawberry delight sound indulgent, but the reality is an artificial sweetness that coats the mouth and triggers headaches in sensitive individuals. That lingering chemical taste is a sign that something is not right. You wanted a protein powder that would help you manage your weight safely. PhD Nutrition promised exactly that. But when the added ingredients carry hidden risks and the formula upsets your stomach, the diet becomes a danger. There is a safer way to get your protein. We will reveal it at the very end. Do not miss it. Now at number 3, USN Muscle Fuel Anabolic. US Muscle Fuel Anabolic is marketed as the ultimate all-in-one mass gainer. The tub is enormous, sometimes weighing 4 kilograms or more. The claims are bold, plastered across the packaging in aggressive fonts. The target audience is clear, people who want to build serious muscle fast. But for seniors, this product is a minefield waiting to detonate. The first red flag is the calorie content. A single serving of Muscle Fuel Anabolic can contain over 500 calories and 50 grams of carbohydrates. For seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight or manage blood sugar, this is excessive by any measure. You wanted protein to support your muscles. What you get is a calorie bomb that can spike your glucose and expand your waistline. Those extra calories do not disappear. They convert to fat if you are not burning them through intense exercise. And at our age, intense exercise is not always possible. The ingredient list is staggering in its complexity. Maltodextrin, a cheap carbohydrate filler, is one of the primary ingredients. In fact, it often appears before protein on the ingredient list, meaning there is more maltodextrin than protein by weight. Maltodextrin has a higher glycemic index than table sugar. It spikes your blood glucose faster and harder. For anyone with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Your blood sugar spikes dramatically. Your body scrambles to respond by pumping out insulin, and the crash that follows leaves you feeling worse than before, tired, irritable, and hungry again. There are also concerns about the creatine content. USN includes creatine monohydrate in the formula, which can be beneficial for muscle performance in younger athletes but is not suitable for everyone. Seniors with kidney disease or reduced kidney function are often advised to avoid creatine entirely, as it can place additional strain on already compromised organs. The NHS specifically warns that people with kidney problems should consult their doctor before using creatine. Yet USN buries this ingredient in a complex formula without adequate warnings. Consumer reviews mention the taste as overwhelmingly sweet, almost sickly. Some describe it as drinking liquid cake batter. Others describe a gritty texture and difficulty mixing, with powder clumping at the bottom of the glass no matter how long you shake or blend. That clumping is not just inconvenient, it means inconsistent dosing and wasted product. And then there is the size of the tub. These products come in multi-kilogram containers that sit open for months. Every time you scoop, you introduce moisture and bacteria. By the time you reach the bottom of that tub, the powder may have degraded significantly, clumped into hard masses, or developed off-odors that signal contamination. Storage conditions in your kitchen are not laboratory controlled. The powder changes over time, and rarely for the better. USN promised muscle fuel. What they delivered is a sugar-laden, kidney-straining risk that no senior should take. Number 2 is Holland and Barrett. Precision-engineered whey protein. Holland and Barrett is a trusted name on the British high street. For decades, seniors have walked into their shops looking for vitamins, supplements, and health products they can rely on. The staff wear uniforms, the shelves are organised. Everything about the experience says trustworthy. But trust on the high street does not always mean safety in the tub. And when it comes to precision-engineered whey protein, that trust may be misplaced. Precision-engineered whey protein is one of the store's own brand offerings, positioned as an affordable, reliable option for health-conscious shoppers. The branding is clean, the price is competitive, the placement in store suggests this is the sensible choice. But independent testing has revealed inconsistencies that should concern anyone paying attention. Consumer reports have flagged batches with clumping, off smells, and poor mixability. Some customers describe opening a new tub to find the powder already hardened into solid chunks, suggesting moisture exposure during storage or shipping. For seniors with weakened immune systems, consuming degraded protein powder is not just unpleasant. It can harbour bacteria and mold that pose real health risks. Your immune system is not as robust as it once was. Contaminated protein is not something you can afford to gamble on. The ingredient list also raises questions. The formula contains a blend of whey protein concentrate and soy lecithin. While soy lecithin is commonly used as an emulsifier to help the powder mix smoothly, some seniors have sensitivities or allergies to soy-derived ingredients that they may not even be aware of. For those on thyroid medications, excessive soy intake can interfere with hormone absorption, reducing the effectiveness of their prescribed treatment. Thyroid conditions are common among older adults. A protein powder that disrupts your thyroid medication is working against your health, not for it. There is also the matter of transparency. Holland and Barrett does not publicly share third-party testing results for its own brand supplements. When asked about heavy metal testing, protein content verification, or contamination screening, the company provides vague assurances but no data. Without independent verification, you are relying entirely on the company's word. In an industry where protein spiking, heavy metal contamination and mislabeling are disturbingly common, blind trust is a luxury we cannot afford. The taste has been described as bland at best and chalky at worst. Many users report a dusty, almost stale flavour, even from freshly opened containers. That staleness suggests the product may have been sitting in warehouses longer than it should. You walked into Holland and Barrett because you trusted the name. But when the quality is inconsistent, the ingredients are questionable, and the transparency is lacking, that trust is misplaced. Why are foods and supplements with ingredients banned in Europe still considered safe in the UK? Drop your answer in the comments. And at number 1, the worst of them all, the Protein Works Diet Meal Replacement. And now we reach the number 1 spot, the brand that earns the top position on our avoid list. The Protein Works Diet Meal Replacement promises the ultimate convenience. One shake, they claim, provides everything you need: protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, all in a single serving. For seniors looking to simplify nutrition, this sounds like a dream come true. No more complicated meal planning, no more standing in the kitchen, just shake and drink. But the reality is a nightmare. The Protein Works has built its brand on bold claims and aggressive marketing. Influencers promote it across social media. The website features dramatic before and after photos. Everything about the presentation screams transformation and success. But behind the slick website and influencer endorsements, there are serious concerns that the marketing never addresses. The first issue is the artificial additive content. This product contains a cocktail of sweeteners, flavorings, and emulsifiers that read like a chemistry experiment. Xanthan gum, sucralose, acesulfame K, and various unnamed natural flavorings fill the label. The phrase natural flavorings is particularly concerning because it tells you nothing about what is actually in the product. Natural can mean almost anything. For seniors with sensitive digestive systems, this combination of additives can cause bloating, gas, and persistent discomfort that lasts hours after consumption. There are also reports of heavy metal contamination. Independent tests have flagged certain meal replacement products for elevated levels of lead and cadmium, two toxic metals that accumulate in the body and cause long-term damage. The Protein Works has not publicly released comprehensive third-party testing results to address these concerns. When journalists and consumer advocates have asked for this data, they have received no meaningful response. When the burden of proof is left to the consumer, something is fundamentally wrong with how this company operates. The sodium content is another silent threat. A single serving can contain over 300 milligrams of sodium, hidden salt that adds up quickly. If you are using this product twice a day as a meal replacement, you are consuming 600 milligrams of sodium before you eat anything else. For seniors managing blood pressure or taking diuretics, this is not a small detail. It is a daily accumulation that strains your heart and kidneys. The British Heart Foundation recommends no more than 6 grams of salt per day. This product eats into that limit significantly with every shake. Consumer reviews paint a troubling picture. Words like gritty, artificial, and unpleasant appear repeatedly across multiple review platforms. Some users describe a metallic aftertaste that persists for hours, impossible to mask with water or other drinks. Others report stomach cramps and nausea after consumption, symptoms that should never accompany a product marketed for health and convenience. And here is the deeper betrayal. Meal replacement shakes are marketed to people who trust them most, those who believe they are making the healthy choice, simplifying their lives and protecting their bodies. Seniors who struggle with appetite, chewing difficulties, or cooking fatigue turn to these products for help. They are vulnerable. They are looking for solutions. The Protein Works promises a solution and delivers hidden risks instead. That is not just bad business. It is a betrayal of the people who need help the most. This is not a meal replacement. It is a risk in a pouch. Now we have counted down the 9 protein powder brands to avoid. But the question remains, what can you actually trust? What can seniors safely use to support muscle health, bone strength, and overall vitality without worrying about hidden metals, undisclosed fillers, or ingredients that interact with medications? We promised you answers, and here they are. The first safe option is Pulsin plant-based protein powder. Pulsin is a British brand that has earned a reputation for transparency, quality, and simplicity. While other companies hide behind proprietary blends and vague ingredient lists, Pulsin takes the opposite approach. Their plant-based protein powders are made with minimal ingredients. No proprietary blends, no hidden fillers, no unnecessary additives. What you see on the label is exactly what you get in the tub. The protein comes from peas, brown rice, and hemp, all sourced from certified suppliers with traceable origins. You can actually verify where the ingredients come from. Pulsin publishes third-party testing results and holds certifications from the Soil Association for organic products. This level of transparency is rare in the supplement industry, and it matters enormously when your health is on the line. For seniors, the benefits are clear. The formula is free from common allergens like dairy and soy, making it suitable for those with sensitivities. The sodium content is low, protecting your heart and kidneys from the hidden salt that plagues other brands. The texture mixes smoothly with water or milk without the gritty residue or artificial aftertaste that plagues other brands. You can actually enjoy drinking it. Pulsin is available in major UK supermarkets and online retailers, making it accessible and convenient. The price is fair, the quality is consistent, and the company stands behind its products with genuine transparency. If you want protein without the worry, Pulsin is the choice. The second recommendation is NutriBurst Clean Protein. NutriBurst is a newer brand that has quickly earned a loyal following among health-conscious consumers who demand better standards. Their clean protein powder is exactly what the name suggests: simple, pure, and free from the additives that make other brands risky. No hidden ingredients, no misleading labels, no chemical cocktails. The formula uses grass-fed whey protein isolate, which has a higher protein content per serving and lower lactose levels than standard whey concentrate. For seniors with mild lactose intolerance, this makes a significant difference in digestibility and comfort. No bloating, no cramps, just clean protein that your body can actually use. NutriBurst is transparent about sourcing in a way that few competitors match. Their whey comes from New Zealand grass-fed cows, raised without growth hormones or routine antibiotics. New Zealand has some of the strictest dairy farming regulations in the world. The company publishes batch-specific testing results for heavy metals, microbial contamination, and protein content accuracy. Every batch is tested, every result is available. That level of accountability is exactly what the supplement industry needs. The taste has been praised as natural and mild without the overwhelming sweetness or chemical notes of competing brands. The texture is smooth and mixes easily, even with just a spoon and glass of water. No blender required. For seniors who prefer animal-based protein but want the peace of mind that comes with rigorous testing and honest labeling, NutriBurst Clean Protein is the answer. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.